The number one topic of conversation we got to talk about, the most anticipated movie for me this year. I think it actually eclipses Avatar, and I get it. I'm a big Blue Cat dweeb. I get really into the Avatar movies when they come out. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not into them in the years of time in between. Not really into them. When I first saw the Predator Badlands reveal trailer, a lot of people were like digging on it and really didn't like it. And to me, all I saw was like insane possibility. Quick review. I don't know how you make that movie any better. Like legit. I got to see it last night in IMAX with the dudes. I do not know how you make that story any better. Like there's some criticisms, but I understand why they are the way they are. And legit, it's like, this is exactly what I have ever wanted a Predator movie to do, to actually make the Predators like characters. To me, that's what they always have been. To me, the best Predator stories were the ones that you have to go back to the early 90s and shit, when this stuff was first created at Dark Horse Comics, to find that like, oh, this culture, the way they treat each other, the way they talk to each other, like all that kind of stuff, right? Like why they do what they do was always like the coolest part of them. And that's what's always made Predator cool. Whenever Predator is sort of like devolved into being effectively Jason, kind of like an 80s action slash monster character, Predators in general lose like a lot of intrigue, like straight up. Whenever they're sort of devolved into being that, they lose a lot of intrigue. It's one of the things that I didn't love about, I think it was Predators, right? Predators was pretty good, but it focused so much on like the humans and stuff like that. So it was like, I liked it, but it felt like, dude, we just cannot get away from Predator 1. That's what's nuts, is that everything feels like just, we're so close to Predator 1. And every movie's trying to be that in some way. And then movies are like crazy, like The Predator, Jesus, 2018, let's not talk about that. I almost walked out of the theater of that movie. Prey was also Predator 1. Prey was really good, but for the most part, the construction of the movie, 100% like Predator 1. And that made sense. It just throw us in a different time period, give characters different motivations, like all that kind of stuff. I really liked Prey. I like this more. And the reason I like this more is because this is the Predator movie I have wanted since I was a 10-year-old. From tone to expression to a good feeling 90s, 80s era action movie where you just feel good watching it. They don't even necessarily like humanize I mean, I guess they kind of do, but they do it in a cultural way that makes sense. Did you like Killer of Killers? You know what? I liked Killer of Killers, but I didn't love it as like a full movie. The reason why all this is happening and what this is doing and what this is telling us is here to let us know like why Predators do things, what they do, like things that I've been aware of and shit for a very long time. But for everybody else, Killer of Killers really fills in a lot of like connective tissue in between this Predator stuff where you might not have an understanding of like what the hell's going on. Predator Badlands is not directly humanization, it's contextualization. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. You're gonna be following this character like throughout the movie. Having a Predator as a main character to many people is weird. People are just not on board with that. And granted, I've been a Predator fan for a long time. I haven't seen absolutely everything, but I know like the best Predator stories that were the coolest to me personally are actually the ones where the Predators and the people find ways to work together to take on bigger threats. Those stories are great, dude. I'm gonna throw out two amazing books that you guys can check out. And these have both technically been close to made into movies, or they've been made into movies. The original Alien vs. Predator comic back in the early 90s, the very first one with Machiko, as well as, I forget, Descendre, the very first Predator. The other one is Predator Bad Blood. And funny enough, the premise of Predator Bad Blood is what made it into The Predator. Pretty similar, where there's like a big pissed off Predator and there's like a cop Predator that's there to like control the crazy ass Predator, you know what I mean? So those stories are always good because there was this part of it where the Predator's just not out to rip guts out and only collect skulls. They're about like honor. What means something to them was really specific, right? And they are attached to it and they want nothing but that, you know what I mean? So to see all of that stuff in Predator Badlands, like this is the point of the movie, dude. What happens when you get one of these creatures, one of these Yautja, and they are not as physically capable, and they want nothing more than to be as respected as their peers, as their siblings, to their father, like all that kind of stuff. That's what they want. They want that more than anything. And the fact that like you have a character that tries their hardest and just can't do that. They just cannot ever match that. Is like, this isn't a direct humanization, but we can sympathize here. For example, like we can look at animals and the way animals behave, and the way animals behave is not humanization. Seeing like an animal lose their young or something like that, or lose their home or something, and you sympathize with them in some way. So that's what I mean, is that they don't act human, but they definitely act in a way that makes for a film easy to watch, like easy to watch and enjoy. And goddamn, dude, the tone of the movie, the fact that like the main half robot girl, and Thea, I think is, yeah, Thea, she was great, dude. There's a lot of parallel storytelling behind Thea and another character, and Deck, the main character, with another character, which is really cool. There's like some pretty smart ass filmmaking that's going on here, which is why a lot of people are watching this and like relating to the characters, and everyone feels the way the movie is, how it is, because it's actual filmmaking, dude. Like, we're not just gonna throw these monsters on screen and just have cool shit happen. No, they need to go through shit. Anyway, I just loved it, man. And I get it. I think some of my friends had some criticism that she talked a little bit too much, but at the same point, it was like, there's never a point where in the world that doesn't make sense. Like, it makes sense why she is this way, you know, all that kind of stuff. I really enjoyed her because she just isn't that way the whole time and like annoying. No, there's a reason that she is this way. It's her whole character, right? That's the whole point of her whole character. It made perfect sense to me. I feel like it's a 9 out of 10 for me, like critically, but it's probably like close to a 9.5. There were some parts that lingered a little bit. I'm really trying here, dude. Like, I am reaching. I think what people have said, it's getting really good word of mouth right now. I can sort of tell just from the trailers that, like, dude, the tone of this is exactly how this kind of Predator story should be made. And I really don't like being a person that goes in and breaks down every part of a movie for you. I genuinely hope you walk into this not knowing much, because you don't need to know dick about Predator stuff. You don't need to know anything. The movie does a great job of introducing anyone and everyone into the film and allowing it to just exist. I forgot it was PG-13. I legit forgot. There's so much like crazy violence in the movie, and it's the most violent non-red blood I have ever seen. The movie's that good. It now has the record for the best opening of a Predator movie ever. It's already a film that is like, that makes sense to a lot of people and is actually a great just like adventure story. And it doesn't really require you to do heavy lifting, heavy reading. Is it action-packed? It's pretty goddamn action-packed, as it has to be. The action is what tells the story. It's the same guy that did Prey. It's the same guy that did Killer of Killers. Dan Trachtenberg, which is who I believe the director is, he gets it. I can't believe in my lifetime that a Predator story can actually be about the Yautja. I can't believe it. I cannot, and again, we theorized this and thought about this for years, like in the early 2000s and stuff, when AVP came out, and it was like, yeah, that was okay, but man, it'd be nice if we could just like have a movie just about predators, you know? It'd be great if we could have a movie about predators, and then a lot of the things started coming into your head why that would never happen. Subtitles. Can't have a main character be subtitled while everybody else either subtitled as well or not subtitled. That would be bad. So it's like, okay, so yeah, that's a problem. But nowadays, I don't know if it is as much, because nowadays kids are into like anime and shit. Like, everybody's into anime, or has been aware, has watched something in subtitles and been sort of comfortable with it. So I feel like the familiarization, allowing you things to be subtitled, especially a main character, is okay now. Because yeah, the main character never has a moment in film where, and this is maybe a spoiler, but not, Deck never has a point in the film where his voice changes, right? Where suddenly, like in a narrative way, it flips that around and all of a sudden he's speaking in like English or some shit. No. He speaks fictional Yautja. He speaks that language the entire time. I'm like, damn, this is bold, dude. Like, this is immediately things like back in the day that they would be like, no, this movie won't sell, you know? I can't say anything more. Like, from a Predator fan's perspective, from somebody that just wanted to see these characters like predators treated as actual characters and not just monsters, which has always been what's made them interesting. It feels like the filmmaking process behind this, they got it. I just had a great time with it. The music, dude. The movie has an identity. Like, they have these chanting themes and shit. My God, man. It was great. I don't think I could say, I want to go see it again. I'm getting goosebumps talking about this shit, and I think I literally want to go see it again.